short. I've left in my head. Okay. Because our secretary, Leanne, has already left for America. She's currently asleep in Dallas, I think. We're in the capable hands of John Tate. Yes, anyway. He's treasurer, secretary, run coordinator. Any other hats?
General dog.
All right, thank you very much. It's 7:50. Any apologies? I know that John Fairman, who is flying out with me tomorrow, has apologised that he can't make it, as has John Riley. Can't make it tonight. Anybody else? No? Great. Minutes of the last meeting were circulated last night? Twice?
I said it was midday.
Oh, did you? I looked for them. Well, I didn't get them. So I sent them again. Okay, so you've got no excuse. They've been sent out twice. That's efficiency. Could I ask if there is any... Oh, sorry. I should propose that those minutes be accepted.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Seconded. Thank you very much. Okay. Any business from those minutes? Does anyone have anything that they're concerned about? Want to discuss?
Oh, good.
Great. Okay. New members. Have we got any new members here tonight? I think we might have one over there. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us about your car?
Everybody, I'm Adrian from the Gold Coast. Just recently taken delivery of a N4 competition. It's my first step in the BMW. Is he to park outside? No.
No, it's lovely, and Adrian was a recipient. We have an interesting scheme run by BMW Australia and Groups Australia, offering new M-car owners 12 months membership to the club of their choice, and that's sort of working. So congratulations, a new car and free membership for the year.
No. I've got to wait until it hits 2,000 kilometres and then it will.
Adrian, you should talk to Peter Domro over the back. He's got an M2 competition. Peter Domro, Adrian, you guys. Yeah. Yes. And anyone else? Sylvia?
Yes.
Tell us about yourself. A prospective member, so
yes.
We have to be nice and welcome you to the club.
Okay.
Just be
Thank
usual.
you. I've bought myself a E93 convertible.
Mm-hmm.
I bought that a year ago, and I'm with Mercedes-Benz car, but I'm looking at coming over to because I've got a few Mercedes.
Oh, okay.
And,
German car treasure.
yeah, and I thought I'd join the BMW club as well, so I can go on these lovely drives that you go on.
Excellent.
And,
all right. Well, let's hope that we see you jump on board. That would be fantastic. As we're saying, we've attracted a few new lady members recently, and that's been really nice. So yes, in fact, Rebecca, who won the best ladies car at the recent Motorfest, couldn't be here tonight, so I must actually
She's on a plane in Melbourne.
her apologies. She sadly missed the gala dinner. She was in hospital, but she took out a couple of trophies. So the girls are out there doing. So we hope to see you along. Any other new members here? No? Excellent. Okay. Dominic, again, thank you very much for your presentation. Social report, again, Leanne's jet setting. So, social report. The annual celebrations and award night went off really well and had lots of good reports from it. Personally, I'd like to extend a special thanks to Leanne Timms, Crystal, who did a fantastic job getting everyone up and having some fun. Did a lot of work in the background, creating all the cards and the games and things. So thank you. It was absolutely priceless. Russell Thomas, your dogged chasing of sponsorship. The prizes that we gave away the other night were second to none, and that's a lot of your very good work, and it's really much appreciated that someone who joins the club only recently has jumped on board, so really appreciate that. Thank you. Simon Harricks and Richard Gresham, hope you're watching. Guys, thank you for your presentation. It was interesting to learn a bit more about members, long-term members, and their history in motorsport. I think it was pretty amazing. The rest of the committee, thank you very much for all your work in the background. You know, there's so much goes on to organising those things, so thank you. The judges, John Fairman, especially the chairman of the judges for Motorfest, did a great job. So thanks all, that was fantastic. And another social event was the display and membership drive opportunity at Brookwater Residential. Again, Russell Thomas was driving that from the background with Westside BMW. Also John Fairman pulled that together. We just got together and sat around, and Westside BMW put on a display of cars, lots of local community members, and absolutely fantastic. I think we've picked up 2 members for sure, Gary and Monica Grill, who were there on the day, well Gary was, and there was another gentleman that may be joining. I can't recall his name, but he was having a chat on the day. Okay, John Fairman, membership report. Sorry John, it's okay, I'll do it, it's okay. Last, from memory, from the e-newsletter, I think we're standing at about 393 members. I could be wrong, but then there was about 12 or 14 new members in the last month. So that's really great. Whilst I'm talking about membership, we've had some generic business cards printed that I'd like you all to grab a handful and just have in your car, in your wallet, to hand out. It basically just gives the details of the membership officer's email address, our club website, post office box, and on the back is a QR code. If everyone wants to read that, it just takes you to the website. There's also check boxes there if you want to nominate a committee member to contact. And there's space on there for you to write your name or telephone number or something like that. It's just the sort of thing, you know, you see someone in a nice car in a car park or something, just introduce yourself and let them know about the club. Sorry? Yeah, or stick it under the windscreen of the car. So it's
really annoying.
Yeah. So that's all good. Drive report. John, can you take your secretary hat off for a moment and talk to us about what we've got coming up?
Yep. Okay, so this weekend, Sunday's the Brekkie Run, starting at, meeting at 6:30 at Sanford, and it culminates at the Birch's Restaurant at Mount Mee. It's about an hour and a half drive, mostly around Clear Mountain and Mount Mee. At this stage, I've got 44 people. Well, when I left home I had 44 people. It closes tonight, and I've got 33 cars. So that's quite good. The run after that, the next run is in November, and that's the 10th of November, and that's the Border Rangers run, which goes to Yukon for lunch. And more information on that will come out after this weekend. The registration will go live on that.
That hotel at Mount Warning is fantastic. Fantastic spot. Yeah, no, it's a great spot. They're really quite helpful there too.
Yeah, they're all good for us. So you'll be able to register from Monday.
Sensational. Thank you. Register report, John Fairman. I hope you're enjoying your well-earned rest. I've approached Piers Harricks to help us out with the E30 register. We're getting a lot of people on Facebook really asking to join the E30 register Facebook group. So there seems to be a lot of interest out there. So I think it might be worth a bit of a push because of the nature of the E30s. For someone, a younger guy who wants to get involved in the club, they're a great starting point. And I think it'd be fantastic to acknowledge those people and give it a push. And I'm sure that Piers, when he has some time, he can do tech days and things like that, and get that sort of activity happening. So thank you. Sponsorship and advertising. We've got nobody new in the last month, but I did drop into Brisbane Motorworks this morning and had a chat to Lance over there. He's sort of keen that they're discussing it to see what's going on. But again, if anyone knows anyone who might be interested in advertising our little magazine, that's great. Also, I'd like to promote again our supporters, RX Automotive, who do both advertising in the magazine and our motorsport sponsor, and Summer Car Care advertisers. So if you get the opportunity, please, put back in and promote those guys. I see a lot of activity on Facebook and stuff where other organisations are promoted, but don't forget our sponsors, okay? I don't mind promoting the other people as well, but give our guys a bit of a push as well. So thanks.
Promote but don't link.
Yeah. Yes. JT, back to you.
Treasurer's report, yes. So right off the back of a operating surplus of $6,384 in August, we had a operating loss of $2,869.91 for September. However, we had a lot of expenses there. There was a lot of things like track hire and the hire of the venue for the awards night and all that came up in September. The cash balance at the moment is, including PayPal, is $47,423, which is $7,500 ahead of where we were at the beginning of the year. However, given the expenses and all that are coming up for the rest of the year, at the end of our financial year, which is the 31st of December, I guesstimate at this stage that we will have around about a $2,500 surplus from last year. Okay, so we'll be $2,500 ahead of where we were at the end of last year. Doesn't sound like a lot, but there were some big expenses this year, such as the cost of the card machine for the membership cards, which needed replacing. That was around the $5,000 mark, and there was $2,500 or $2,300 that went on the awards night. So some big expenses there. Last year I think we made $10,000 profit, but of course we are doing other things this year too, like we're running the BMWCQ magazine now and things like that. So anyway, has anyone got any questions? I move, I don't need to do that. That's good.
Okay. Thank you. Editor's report. Another newsletter's just hit the internet. Getting a lot of good response from that. In fact, personally, I love it when people come back and pay compliments like they love the external photos and the videos and little things like that 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 just make it a little bit more interactive and give you a sense of what happened. Now there's events that we don't go to, that I don't get to, but it's been fantastic how people have been giving me their photos and writing little articles as well. So, you know, the club is all about the members. So if you guys want to put back and write something or do something, that is absolutely fantastic and it works really well. We can never have too many photos because I just create a little Google photo album and just throw everyone's photos on there. So it's a great way of being able to share and see what other people have seen and look. And I must admit, there's some fantastic photographers amongst you guys. There's some great stuff. Leanne took the most amazing photograph of the paella dish at Brookwater the other day. Oh, this makes me hungry thinking about it.
It's the size of this table, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was huge. It was really great. And speaking of next month's magazine, because I leave for the States tomorrow for 5 weeks, I'm going to be producing the next month's magazine on the road. So you're going to, not only are you going to be shouted with, hit with my Facebook posts, but also the magazine's going to be all about the trip. So anyway, but it should be interesting. Thank you. Dennis, Motorsport, speak to us with your mouth.
We'll get back, you can do that afterwards.
Yeah.
Pete, afterwards.
Sorry?
Do you want to present that to Pete, who wasn't at at the gala night?
Yeah. Thank you. And
Pete Dono.
yes, Peter, come up and win. 2019 Pete Domero F87 M2 competition. Well done. You do. Yeah. You do. And in fact,
You get
that
to keep
one,
that. You can keep that one.
that one is a keeper. So
You win it then? Did you win it?
Yeah, he won the category. The new category, the new car category.
yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sam.
Oh, well done. It's glad to see you're keeping up the tradition of winning your class.
Actually, I was glad he bought another car because I always come second to him in the 2000s class. So he's gone from that class now that the Z4's gone, and I managed to win it. So thanks, Pete.
Okay.
Motorsport. Hopefully you haven't been living in a vacuum, and you know that tomorrow we've got the CAMS Challenge on at Mount Cotton. Unfortunately, I found out this morning that we've had a last minute withdrawal. Steve Crawford is unfortunately stranded in Maryborough. He got asked by some people if he wanted to come along while they delivered a trawler, boat-type trawler, from Brisbane to Gladstone, and they only made it as far as Maryborough and the engine died. So they're stuck in Maryborough, and it so happens Steve is a diesel mechanic, so I'm sure there was a reason why they asked him to come. So he's stuck in Maryborough and won't be back in time. Luckily we've had 4 people entry in the other team. We've got 2 teams. We're allowed 3 minimum per team and up to 5. So one team had 4 in it, the other team had 3. So I've just organised, we've shuffled one across to the RX team. So we've now got 2 teams of 3 for tomorrow. There's no entry charge. If you haven't been out to Mount Cotton before, to the hill climb, it's not where we do the driver training, it's next door in Crenzo Road, a different facility. But if you haven't been out there before, I'd encourage you to come out and have a look at it. That's one of the best hill climb facilities in the country. MG Club owns the facility. It's their own facility, which is probably incredible of any car club in just about anywhere. But the way the track lays out, they actually go over parts of it a couple of times. From the viewing area where right in front of the kiosk and everything, you can see the entire track. If you want, you can go up around the bush to the other side and look at it from the other way. But you can just sit there on the bench with a snack bar behind you and watch everything. The start line is there, the finish line is there. They go up and around and back and around again. So come out and support our guys. Last year we came second. We won $1,500. Hopefully we might do that again this year. They've changed the rules a bit this time. Instead of previously you were driving against the lap record for whatever class that you were in, they've done away with that this time and made it easier for general people who aren't very familiar out there. I mean, Piers Harris owns that track. He's got the lap record for every class he's ever driven, and he owns the lap record. They've made it more like a regularity type event where you'll be driving, they'll be taking your most consistent times, and the gap in those most consistent times will be where you score. So it makes it easier for people who aren't very familiar with the circuit. But come on out, I'd love to see some people out there. Crystal was going to come out and cheer.
What time is the best time?
I think gates open at about 7:30, but it'll be going all day, so there is no entry charge. Just come along, bring your BMW shirt and bring a chair. There are benches there, bring a hat.
Don't wash your car before you go.
No, there isn't. There is a small dirt road that you can, for a couple of hundred kilometres, a couple of hundred metres at the most, that you've got to drive on.
Rally stage,
But that's all. Yeah, it's not quite a rally stage. So there is a little bit of a dirt road there, but it's just an entry. The next follow-up from that.
So who's competing? Pierce?
Oh, yeah, okay. There are two teams now. Is the RX Races, and that's Piers and Simon Harricks. They're both co-driving with the car. And when I said to Simon that he didn't have to go flat out, he said, okay, good, I'm in. And now Alan Moore, he's bringing his 2002, that beautiful yellow 2002. And it sounds fantastic out there.
Richard Gresson?
No, Richard's not coming. He's doing other things. He's busy. That's the team, the RX Races team, as I called it. And the other team is Chris Price, Charlie Tutt, and I've forgotten his first name, Mastola. Can't think of his name. Bruce, I think it is. Bruce or Paul Mastola. So there's Chris has got a 140. Charlie's got a E82 135, and the other one's an E36 M3. And RX is using the blue race car. Luckily it survived last weekend. Following on from that, the following weekend, out at Queensland Raceway is a chance for everybody to come and have a drive. It's our own regularity session. At Queensland Raceway we've got A block booking out of the regular street sprint for up to 20 people. It's a regularity, so it's an ideal event for novices. For those that don't know, a regularity is where you're not trying to drive flat out. You go out there, you'll do a practice session first of 4 laps. From that, decide what speed or what lap time you want to do for the rest of the afternoon. Nominate that time and try and drive as close as you can to that time for the rest of the afternoon. And for every 10th of a second that you're away from that time, you get points. At the end of the afternoon, the person that's got the lowest score, meaning they're the closest to their nominated time, will be the winner, and I've got a little trophy for you. It's $110 for the afternoon for club members. So because we've made some profit from motorsport from the last couple of events with good attendance, we're subsidising that back again. It's open now to non-members as well. We've still got about 8 more spaces there that we can fill. So we can take up to 20. So come on out. Even if you don't want to drive it, come out and just see how things happen there if you want. But if you're interested, come and talk to me. I'll tell you about it. As I said, you don't need to be going flat out. It's a great little thing for novices.
Is everybody else on the track the same? I know the club has their own grid slot.
Yeah.
There's other people competing on the same day.
Yeah, it's a Ipswich Street round.
Yeah.
So
Inter-club round.
Sorry.
Inter-club round.
No. It's just the Ipswich Street Sprint. So the Queensland Raceway is only sprint.
That's all.
I don't think there's a problem with pit lanes.
Pit bays.
Pit base.
Oh, pit bays. Sorry, I thought you said pit bays. Pit bays. There will be there'll be a lot of people there. I don't know how many there'll be because there is that other motor race on somewhere down south as well at the same day. It's backwards. But as I've said, you can sit at home for 6 hours and watch TV and watch cars going round and round and round, and 4.5 hours of it will be boring, and there'll be an hour and a half of interesting stuff. Or you can come out and drive QR and go home and watch the highlights, which I would suggest is a far better fun day than spending 6 hours abusing the TV. So I spoke to Neil Lewis a couple of weeks ago, and for those that don't know, Neil Lewis is now the general manager of Queensland Raceway. Keith, who was his father, has left the operation and is doing other things. And I quizzed him and I said, why did you put it on Bathurst Day? He said, we do it deliberately. He said, because there's a stack of people out there that don't really care less about watching Bathurst anymore. So that's why we're there.
Okay.
That's it. Now the other one will be our final round on the 22nd of November back at Lakeside. That'll be the final round it's actually the final round for the year, but it's the first round of next year's series. You'll hear about that soon.
Is that a regularity event or can I?
No, that's a normal sprint with Lakeside.
Dennis?
And that'll be subsidised too.
Yeah, that one will be subsidised too. We're just working out how.
We are actively trying to put some money back into a lot of activities to make it more efficient and easier for people to get involved. You know, the hill climb tomorrow. We subsidise the gala dinner. We want to make the events as good as we can. The big movie night this afternoon that we've got coming up. Club Queensland is hiring the whole cinema. The Christmas party. We're putting money into doing that so everyone can take advantage of it. So what we're trying to do is to make it more economical for everyone and to get everyone along, so you're not always putting your hand in your pocket for these things, and so we can just get together and enjoy ourselves. So
actually, there's one thing I will add. It's sort of motorsport. The reason why I brought it up was because of motorsport relation. You might have heard that we're doing some fundraising, or I think we've agreed that we will make a donation of some sort to not so much the general drought appeal, but specifically to water supply in the Warwick area. We all know how desperate they are, and because we use the Morgan Park circuit up there at Warwick was why I thought, well, let's do something for those people. They do, you know, they provide the facility for us, so let's do something for them. So we will be doing some ongoing collections on that movie day. I was hoping to get a collection tin that we can just take to events from now on. So
we're going to make that movie day a gold
so
coin donations for everyone. So
donation day for that. And
it's not costing any money for the movie.
For the next few weeks or couple of months, we'll probably have a collection tin there.
Can I talk to you about that? I'll talk about that because we've already allocated some money.
Yeah. So we've allocated some funds, but obviously the more we can get, the better.
Okay. Is there anything for Interclub, Dennis?
Tomorrow's Hill Climb Challenge, Cam's Hill Climb Challenge, is actually also a round of the Interclub.
Okay.
Event. I think there's only one other round after that for the year.
Okay. Alex, anything on the books for you?
No, nothing at the moment.
But I'd just like to take a moment to thank Alex. As you know, again, I'm going to America, and because there's a group of us from Australia going, Clubs America have asked us to be the judges for their concourse. So there's going to be 8 of us from Australia going, and I had Alex make up some Aussie shirts for us, for the 8 of us to wear when we're over there. So it says Clubs America 50 years, and Clubs Australia, Kangaroo, and G'day Mate. So it's a bit of fun with the Australia flag and the South Carolina flag on the sleeves. They're really great, so thank you very much, Alex, for getting those done for us. Sue's not very happy because we've had to take a separate suitcase with all the shirts to take to America. So,
It's just shirts and hats, isn't it?
yeah, well, I've got the big hat as well, so you know it's all happening. Oh, sorry guys for those. I had the camera pointing in the wrong direction. Our shirts. Thank you. Okay. Correspondence, Telstra invoice, which is another story. We've been trying for quite some time. The club has had a phone number, a fixed line phone number for some time, which costs a lot of money, and who uses a fixed line phone anymore? Anyway, so after months and months and months, 2 days ago I was able to shut it down. after lots and lots of paperwork. So that will be our last Telstra invoice, and in fact we were told not to pay it and they'll issue us a credit. So yes, so that's all great. As I said, business cards. Everyone make sure you leave with a pocket full of these and spread the word around. If there's nothing else, oh actually, John was going to just add to the drive event.
Yeah, other people might have been wondering too what we're doing, charging non-members $20 a time or $20 a car to come to events. Well, one is we're not here to provide events for everybody in Australia, and people have been making a welter of it. Now all of a sudden they aren't. However, that money is refundable if they join the club within a month or 2 months, depending on what we feel like at the time. In fact, it's refundable with interest, because if they decide to join, we will waive the joining fee. So they actually get $25 off for the $20. If they don't, we get the $20. The other thing we're doing with if we get a group of non-members, and we've got 4 registered so far for Sunday, is run a raffle just for those non-members for 12 months membership. So it really doesn't cost us anything. So
It's a good opportunity.
Yeah, but it's a good opportunity for new members to come
board,
along.
and they might only last a year, or they might decide to continue, but at least they get something out of it as well. So they get 12 months membership for $20 basically.
Right.
So, but that's what it's all about. So if anyone asks you, so what's it all about? That's what it's all about.
Okay. Has anyone got any other general business they'd like to discuss?
Yeah, just with regard to the movie night, there's also a documentary on Sir Jack Brabham.
Yes, someone else was talking about that tonight.
Shown next Wednesday night.
Right.
And the cast of the movie is Sterling Moss, Jackie Stewart, David Brabham, and somebody else cast in the movie itself. And it'll be shown from 6:30. I can't remember exactly where it is. It's obviously in town. So I'm going to go along to it. So you buy tickets on the internet. I haven't bought mine yet, but I will be over the weekend.
Yep.
Do you know what it was called?
It's called
And
Brabham.
it's just Brabham.
It's part of the 5th Brisbane International Film Festival.
Oh, right.
So it's more or less a preview. It'll be formally released.
We might just put some information up on the Facebook page, on the Facebook group, just
I had
to
trouble buying a
just
ticket
to-
for some reason.
just promote it or something. What do you think, John?
But the Brisbane Festival
yeah.
is always difficult to get tickets in. I've had trouble with it.
Trouble getting a ticket.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dennis, do you? Are you interested in that event, that film?
Might be.
Well, all I was going to suggest is, because I'm going to be away, would you mind finding out something about it and just spread it across Facebook,
Yeah.
just so that people are aware of it, if you don't mind? Okay. Right. Thank you.
We have a small acting committee.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, it's one of those sort of make it up as we go along. You know, when the music stops, grab a job. But the movie night afternoon that we're running, just to go a little bit deeper into that, which I didn't go earlier. So, it's the Ford versus Ferrari movie. It premieres just a couple of days prior to our Sunday afternoon. Again, thank you very much, Russell Thomas, for organising events, cinema at Browns Plains. And what we're doing is that Club Queensland is renting the whole facility, and we're inviting all the club members, but we're also extending invitations to the various dealers, Westside, Motorline, and we did invite Brisbane BMW, but they said that it's because it's outside their prime marketing area, they won't be involved. But we may have a Ferrari and or a Ford GT40 in the foyer. I'm just trying to organise that at the moment. But we're also, again, going to use that as a gold coin donation day for the charity that Dennis is talking about. And it's just another fun opportunity to raise the profile for the club, bit of a membership drive, meet and greet some of the dealers, some of their staff, because I've invited the staff, we've invited the staff along as well, because, you know, they go out of their way to help us. So, you know, opportunity to just have an afternoon, sit around and see the movie.
Should we invite the Gold Coast Club to join us?
Oh, sorry, yeah, the Gold Coast Club has been invited. Yep, that's all happening. They've already promoted it. Yep. Okay, unless anyone's got anything else. Next meeting will be Friday the 8th of November at Brisbane BMW. And I think Leanne Timms, Vice President, will be back from America. I get back that morning, but I doubt whether I'll be awake. So Leanne Tim's going to drive that. Thank you very much for coming. Thank you again, Dominic. It was really great. Really appreciate it.
And you have a safe trip.
Yeah, and Dominic, let us stay in touch. Let us know when you're doing your events, so that we can put it out there, make people aware of it. So we, you know, there might be an opportunity for people to come along and, you know, wave a flag, or, you know, or do something
When it doesn't clash.
Where does it clash?
When it doesn't clash with Gala nights.
Yeah.
Well, last
I'm
week
usually
was the
there.
same day as Gala night.
Yeah.
Right.
And on that note, within the BMW Car Club, there's two or three people that actually race in the Queensland Touring Car Championship.
Oh yes.
These are the one. And our next event is the last event of the year on the 2nd and 3rd of November at Queensland Raceway, so if anyone's interested.
Right. Yes, in fact.
Simon, Pierce, myself, a few of the other guys.
Richard.
Yeah. Sorry. Forgive me. It was remiss of me. You had a fantastic time out at Lakeside just recently. There's some absolutely amazing photographs that have been online.
For those of you who don't know, myself personally, I drive an M36 Chevrolet OS. It's a replica of Cameron Plains Secretary of the Belfield Mail car. We've got two Diet Coke cars in the field, and we'll Vincent Hedges replica as well. And then there's a host of D46 M3s, Big Banger Commodores, supercar looking Commodores. There's 50 in the club, and we usually field about 38 on the racetrack.
John, do you get onto
in front of the big V8s.
And, yeah, just to mention.
Yeah, it's just like the old David and Goliath battles of old.
John, do you get onto Facebook much? I mean, do you? You need someone to put all this stuff up.
Yeah.
Put
Piers
up the
is
information.
If I can cross-link QTCC over to BMW Car Club Queensland.
Yeah.
We'll get Piers to do it. Piers is fairly active on Facebook.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. All we need to do
And
is.
for those that don't know, Piers came second on the weekend against the big 6 litre, one of the 6 litre big V8s.
Some of those Commodores,
Sorry?
416 cubic inches, 6.8 litres.
Yeah.
Massive.
And the little 3.2 litre lured away.
Mm. Yeah, but again, just like Dominic, you know, we love to, because we don't know about these things and you guys do it, just keep talking to us and let us know so that we can promote it. And
Myself personally, the BMW Car Club of Queensland, I've got great friends here, but my existence within the club only involves with motorsport.
of course.
I don't do mainly weekend runs because I drive 3 or 4 kilometres every day.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to do is drive past my own neighbourhood.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, at 60 kilometres an hour when you can't drive a BMW when it's the way it's supposed to be driven. So, yeah, thank you.
To put it in perspective, last weekend I managed a couple of 3 personal bests. We got down to 60.3 seconds in the Chevrolet OS.
Yep.
That's a 4-cylinder car.
It's a 4-cylinder.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Don't forget to take some cards.
Meeting is closed.
Meeting is closed. Thank you.
Did you want to go down to the monitor afterwards or not?
Personally, no, I don't. So
I just meant to make.
there's normally a group of people go down to the monitor to have something to eat. So if anyone would like to,
Going, but I was just going to say, if anybody wants to go, then I'll make up. How many? you go. You'll need to be down there straight away.
Right.
But do you want me to phone up my local bookie? Is anyone going? No one going? Great. No one.
Yeah, that's a mini adapter. So that's what we need.
No, I'm going to go home with this stuff. Oh, geez, I'm going down there to see.
So when you load that, it'll have a number of different folders in it, and it's like number 1 to 5 or 1 to 8 or something. It'll just go into the first folder. So just go into the first folder, have a look there, and then there's probably another 3 folders, and it says 4-channel stereo or something. It'll be the only one there in the stereo.
I'll do what I can anyway with that.
Yeah, well, even
It's pretty well.
yeah, well, exactly. You don't. It's not that. There's not that much to do. So. Okay. No, you don't. And if you.
Harry, have a great trip. I'm glad to get out of here. Have a wonderful time.
No doubt we will have a fantastic time. I think there's no reason that we shouldn't. And if I can manage to win one of those 9 BMWs, that'd be just the best. You'll hear me screaming from here. I'll just leave a few of those in there in case you ever need to refer anyone to me directly.
So far, the only people who are identified apart from the Gold Coast is this one. Is it the Ford car club or is it the
Ford 240? Yeah. So I got
I saw was your advertising, so I didn't see any other.
There was a response virtually straight away from Motorline. They said, they said that they'll pass it around. I haven't heard anything back from these guys, but they were keen to start off with. But as I said, I've also